Hi guys, and welcome to this week's session of YOSM. Today we're going to be talking to you about how to sell a product when you don't really have a competitive advantage. And what I mean by this is that you are selling a product that is more commodity based. So let's say, for instance, fuel. A lot of fuel shops, petrol stations, they have a commodity based product. So whatever they're selling they're selling it everywhere else. So it's always tends to be price driven in respects to be keeping up with everyone else. So this is a really important question that we get asked all the time. It's like, well, I sell a commodity product. How do I make it unique? How do I make it different? And what I'd say here is you do have a big challenge here because you don't have what they call USP, a unique selling proposition. And the unique selling proposition is something that differs you from the rest of the market. So, but what you can do here is you can look at different things that makes you unique. So let's take, for instance, for Domino's from their marketing perspective, what Domino's did very well was they actually put a unique selling proposition in something like, get it in 30 minutes or get it for free. Okay, so they looked at saying, what was the pain point of an industry and how could we work with that? Okay, so a pizza is a pizza is a pizza, and yes, we know there's your Domino's, your Pizza Huts, or then the boutique style pizza shops. But if you look at the mass market, that's how they really carved their niche or carved their market out in that area. So what you want to look at is saying, what can you do to offer that's something different? So service always comes to mind. Okay, but you want to be careful when you say things like, "Oh, we offer the best service in the world." Well, what does that mean to a customer? Because the customer goes, "Well, everyone offers the best service in the world." Okay, so how are you going to be any different? Okay, so what is it that you can offer that's something different in your service realm? And that could start before they've even purchased the product. It could be with the way you package a sample out to them. It could be the way you're talking to them, the way you're communicating with them. See, because people buy you first, then they buy the product, and then they buy the company. So understand that if you're selling a commodity product where you don't have a unique difference against the rest of the market, what can you bring in that's external, that's big difference? So from service to delivery to reliability, all these things are really important. So I'll give you one more example, okay? There was a client I work with, and they were using another supplier as well. The other supplier was a commodity-based product, and we were more of a unique-based product. So we weren't really competing with them. They were doing something different for them. Anyway, this client asked these guys, they wanted a certain accessory line and a belt. And the guy said, yeah, we can do that. And they signed off on an order of a certain amount of belts. And what ended up happening was that the supplier couldn't find these belts. They went out of they discontinued that line of stock. And what they said to the customer was, "Oh, I'm sorry, we don't have any of those belts left anymore." And they said, "Well, do you have any other colors that were close to that?" "Oh, we've sort of got this and that, but no, that's all we've got." They didn't go the extra mile. Now, we don't really do that product. So then they call us and say, "Hey, do you know anyone?" So we got out, put our feelers out, made a few phone calls and found somebody that could make that product for them. And they were elated. We added a little value and service. So I'm not saying that to big note myself or big note the company, but big note our company. But why I'm saying that is so think about that from a commodity perspective. How far are you willing to go that extra mile? Because they're the ones that actually win you the jobs and keep you in the game. So even though you've got a commodity product, think, how far can you go to take the client where they become really happy? So guys, that's today's session of YOSM. Hope you enjoyed it. Leave us a comment, leave us an email, send us a quick inquiry if you have a question that you want to ask. Okay, and if you're interested in getting some courses done as well, we've got a great 12-week, 8-week, used to be 12 weeks, 8-week online course, which is fantastic. You'll learn all about sales and learn all about all these tips and tricks. Okay, till next week, we'll talk to you then. Take care.